The runners reach the remote location of Checkpoint 2 at Floating Island. From here, the runners will cut across the salt flats 6 miles to Checkpoint 3. Checkpoint 3 is at the base of Silver Island mountain range. They will have completed only 1/4 of the race. But Checkpoint 3 symbolizes a new chapter to this race. Runners are no longer on the open expanses of the salt flats. They are beginning to transition to the rocky terrain of the mountains. The surface is now a mix of rocks, dirt, shrubs, and grass. Following Jay Aldous are college friends Peter Lindgren and Daryl Holquist. As the slope of the terrain begins to steepen, the runners' bodies need to adapt. Some runners continue to run through the transition, while other runners adapt to the change by walking. Tyler Bodley, the youngest competitor at the race, is already beginning to feel fatigued. From Aid Station 3, racers will begin to climb a mountain pass to Aid Station 4. The distance from Aid Station 3 to 4 is only 3 miles, but the runners will be climbing over 1,000 feet. Aid Station 4 is difficult to access and is an unmanned aid station. The Rocky Mountains are a stark contrast to the salt flats. The runners will be challenged by the steep terrain of the mountains, but they will also supply variety to the course. From the top of Aid Station 4, runners descend about 3 miles of downhill trail. Joined by a pacer, Jay Aldous continues his lead. After 30 miles, his speed and form are both lively and powerful. It is no surprise that he holds multiple world records in endurance sports. Jay arrives at the largest aid station on the course and quickly rejuvenates. It is important to eat now because he will run for 10 miles before arriving at another manned aid station. The route makes an immense loop around Crater Island.
Crater Island is named that because once you get out there, it really reminds you of some of those lunar landscape photos of the mountains and on the moon. Just really stark, really dry. It doesn't seem like there'd be any water out there at all, ever. And you run up through that section to the very far end of Crater Island to the north, and they get a huge view. You come out on that, I don't think very many people on the planet ever get that view because it's so remote. But it looks out over the north part of the salt flats. And I don't think too many people think about that, but the salt flats is huge, and that north part never gets any visual attention at all.
The remainder of the runners trickle into Aid Station 5. Split from his runner partner, Peter Lindgren continues a brisk pace. Will Peter have enough speed to catch Jay Aldous? Even in the middle of spring, the mountains in Nevada picked up substantial snowfall the night before, but the snow quickly melts as the temperatures begin to rise. Leading the women's division of the race is Liz Barr of Plainville, Georgia. It is only April, and this is Liz's 12th ultramarathon of the year. She is shooting to run 30 ultramarathons in 12 months. Most people could not run the 30 miles to Aid Station 5.
Headwind over the last few miles is pretty nasty, so never fun running uphill on that stuff. But it's been nice, a little sunnier than I expected, but it's gorgeous. I've never been out here before, so kind of enjoying the scenery and trying to get as much out of it as I can while my body falls apart. You got to kind of embrace that pain and fall in love with it, or else you fall apart. So
awesome, fresh as a daisy, ready to go. A little tiny mountain to climb over there, a little mud puddle over there, no big deal, fresh, ready to go.
Just finishing the first third of the race requires determination, strength, and conditioning.